Okay, let's talk about greetings. They're the very first step to any conversation in English, right? But which one should you use? In this explainer, we're going to unlock the simple rules so you can kick off every single conversation with a ton of confidence. Have you ever had that moment? That little pause where you feel kind of awkward, not sure if you should say hi or hello? Trust me, you are not alone. It's a super common challenge, but don't you worry. We're about to make it so simple. So let's start with the big picture. Why do greetings matter so much anyway? Well, it turns out they're way more than just words. They're pretty much the foundation of your first impression. At its heart, a greeting is your opening line. It's how you let someone know you see them, and it signals that you're open to connecting. It's that whole first impression, all wrapped up in just one or two simple words. And that's why they're so powerful. Using the right greeting instantly shows that you're friendly, you're polite, you're respectful. It just makes the whole interaction go smoother and feel more comfortable for everyone, even if it's just a quick hello when you walk into a shop. All right, so where do we start? Let's kick things off with the two most important greetings that will have you covered in almost any situation you can think of. Okay, take a look. This is the simple but absolutely crucial difference between hello and hi. Think of hello as your all-purpose, super safe choice. It's polite, it's neutral, and it's perfect for new people or more formal settings. Hi, on the other hand, is your relaxed, friendly go-to for everyday life with friends, family, and colleagues. So, now that we're beyond the basics, we can add another cool layer. Let's look at how you can make your greetings even more specific just by looking at the clock. This one's pretty straightforward, really. It just follows the natural rhythm of the day. You're going to use good morning all the way until about noon. Then, from midday to the early evening, you switch to good afternoon. And once the sun starts to go down, you'll start using good evening when you meet someone. Now, this is so important, so listen up. Good night is not a greeting. This is a really common mix-up. You only, and I mean only, use good night when you are leaving for the evening or you're literally going to bed. It's a farewell, never ever a hello. And now we get to what is probably the most important skill of all, reading the room. You know, choosing the right greeting is all about understanding the context you're in. And this just lays it out perfectly. You can think of it as two different worlds, right? In formal situations, like a job interview, your goal is to show respect, to be professional. So you'll use things like good morning. But in informal situations with your friends, the whole goal is just to be relaxed and friendly, so hi, or the even more casual hey, is absolutely perfect. Now, in casual chats, you're going to hear this all the time. Greetings that get combined with a quick little question, just like this one, is just a way to be extra friendly. So, how are you supposed to respond? Well, here's the secret. This isn't usually a real question. They're not actually asking for a long story about your day. A short, positive response like, good, thanks, or fine, and you, is all anyone's expecting. It's really just part of the greeting ritual itself. Of course, every conversation has to end eventually, and saying goodbye is just as important as saying hello. It follows a lot of the same rules of politeness and context. So here are your main options. Goodbye is a little more formal. Bye is the super common, informal, everyday classic. See you later is a great friendly option that kind of suggests you'll meet again soon. And like we already covered, good night is saved for the very end of the evening. Okay, so that was a lot of information, right? How do you put it all together in the moment without panicking? Let's boil it all down into one simple, easy-to-use tool. This is it. This is your mental checklist. Before you say a word, just quickly ask yourself, who is this person? What's the situation? And based on those two answers, you choose your greeting. Is it a new client at your office? Good morning. Is it a good friend you're meeting at a cafe? Hey! See? It really is that simple. You know, confidence really just comes from practice. So I have a little challenge for you. As you go about your week, what's one new greeting that you can consciously try out in a real conversation? Just focusing on one is a fantastic way to start building that confidence.